Hey and welcome, I'm Hammeh, and welcome to my Push Play Overwatch Guide series, where we get you into battle with Overwatch's heroes as quickly as possible with a quick tip guide in just 3 or so minutes. Here we focus on general playstyle and simple tips to get you going. For more in-depth guides, subscribe for our longer series coming soon. In this episode we're introducing Symmetra, Architech extraordinaire, supreme believer in order, and agent of the rather dubious Vishkar Corporation. Countdown to guide start initiated.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Symmetra is a utility niche support that should be used as a flexible team composition pick, supporting her team with buffs, zoning, and spatial control in certain situations. Her photon projector channels, dealing increased damage the longer it connects, sentry turrets both slow and damage enemies, and can stack. Proton Shield keeps allies protected as long as they remain alive, and Teleporter can turn the tide of a battle with its ultimate ability to bring your team swiftly back into the fight. Check out the Overwatch website for more in-depth videos of her abilities. Symmetra is at her best when used as part of a balanced team composition to reduce your team's downtime, teleporters on long run distances, and to effectively zone flanking and choke routes. She needs the proper support to do this, and also can be deadly at close range in certain situations, but has to be played carefully to avoid giving up the team advantages she provides for scoring kills. Here's a couple of simple things to try do with Symmetra. Do learn maps and flanking routes for turret spots. Some turrets in the correct position can be deadly and completely deny certain routes, like certain turrets on Hollywood Site A here that really mess up farers trying to turn over the top, for example. The slow can be more valuable than the damage on many occasions. Use this to your advantage in setting up kills and chokes and denying routes which your opponents are trying to dash through, to retreat or to attack. Do zone with your photon orbs. Your secondary fire can be charged. The amount of charge can be seen around your crosshair or reticle. The longer you hold it down, the more damage it'll do. Spamming these in choke points and at stationary or slow moving targets will help your team lock down areas or make them tougher to cross for the enemy. Do remember to shield. A very simple one, but remember that shields drop when an ally dies, so frequent reapplication in downtime you have benefits your team all the way with no downside for you. Here's a few things you should try avoid as Symmetra. Number 1, don't overextend. It's so tempting to push forward when things are quiet, but Symmetra is a builder. She needs to keep her turret uptime and placements always live and protect her teleporter. If your teleporter dies with charges remaining, you're not making the most of it. Your team needs to help, but in quick play, often you're going to be the one in charge. Save becoming Battle Symmetra for when it's really necessary, or when your close range presence will secure a number of kills in trade for your life. As hard as it is to resist the temptation, I know. Try not to bunch your turrets up too close. As tempting as it is to make a laser grid of Resident Evil death, close turrets are vulnerable to rockets, grenades and Winstons, who counter a Symmetra nest very nicely. Beware of that splash damage. Thing to remember, Symmetra's photon projector charges up in damage the longer it stays connected. Just make sure you make yourself a massive pain to hit whilst keeping it connected to your opponent. Symmetra is a situational pick on a few maps and game modes. Here's a few thoughts on when it's a good idea to pick her. Do consider Symmetra on defense. Simply put, in the early phases of games, Symmetra's teleporter can make the difference between holding a point and losing it thanks to reduced respawn times. On maps with very long run distances, getting back into the fray more quickly helps your team maintain that defensive line. Protect that teleporter with your life. Do consider Symmetra on maps where there are tight choke points, narrow and close spaces, and opportunities to set up traps and ambushes. Your photon orbs are pretty spammable and can do some nasty damage if your opponents are put in positions where they can't avoid them. Symmetra should be played like the way the Vishkar Corporation conducts business, jumping in and exploiting those in a weaker position. The controversy. Consider a switch away from Symmetra later on in any assault, escort or hybrid map. As these maps wear on, the defence's respawn run distance decreases, and as a result, Symmetra's teleporter provides less and less benefit. A straight healer or DPS could be handy on the last point instead, like Hammeh for example, where you've got no distance to run at all. Equally, consider a switch if you are your team's sole support. Symmetra thrives most when another support is on the team to look after the healing duties. Running a team with Symmetra alone can be challenging if you're playing a team with a mixed healer support composition. A couple of top tips and strange but trues. Symmetra's secondary fire orb goes through shields and barriers. It's really great for spamming protected turrets, bastions, Reinhardts, the list goes on, anything stationary or slow moving. Because it also damages anything it comes into contact with as it travels, damaging multiple targets is totally a thing, and in small closed corridors, a fully charged orb can be pretty deadly. Another top tip, Photon Projector also stays locked on through shields, so it's great for melting tanks, but you should only be really engaging them that close as a last resort though, or if a bunch of enemies are weakened off for you to run in and finish off with your projector. Thanks for tuning in to my quick guide to Symmetra. I hope this gets you playing and experimenting with her playstyling game as quickly as possible. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and hit the playlist linked here for more videos in this series coming soon. I also run regular Overwatch hero story, lore, voice line and interaction series, as well as quick lore summaries. Do check out those on my channel if you've got a few minutes. Cheers for tuning in, I've been Hammeh, take it easy.